So I want to start off with the basics. Why is automation important? So business automation is a very, very cliche term that's been thrown around a lot. I just want to simplify the word business automation, which basically helps you to save time, increase efficiency, and scale your business because your business will start running without you. Quickly summarizing this episode, you identify repetitive tasks, you choose the right tools, you set up basic automations, you monitor, optimize, and you save heaps of time, reduce human errors, and you can scale your business much more effectively. Like even the richest man in the world, the only thing he cannot buy with the money he has is time. Imagine if your business is completely dependent on you, like every step of your business needs you, then there's no way you can afford to be sick, which is a terrible position to be in, to be honest. Or if your family needs you, if someone is sick in your family, then you can't take time off and be a carer. That's a very, very bad position to be in.
Hey everyone, welcome to Pivot to Thrive podcast. This is your ultimate destination to elevate your mindset, marketing, and sales strategies for ultimate business growth. I'm your host, Dr. Priya, and I'm here to inspire and guide you on your journey to financial independence. My mission in life is very simple: to empower entrepreneurs like you with simple, actionable insights and easy to implement strategies that will transform your online business into a thriving success. Now, here's the deal. If your current strategy in life or business isn't working, don't quit. Just pivot. And it's important you understand that the goal for pivoting life and business isn't just to adapt and survive, but to truly thrive in growth, success, and abundance. So, in this podcast, we'll dive deep into the mindset shifts you need to break free from cultural barriers and embrace your true potential. We'll discuss cutting-edge marketing and sales techniques that you can apply to your business right away. Together, we'll create a powerful belief system that'll guide you towards the life you truly desire. So, grab a cup of coffee or even a fancy glass of wine, and let's start pivoting towards the success you've always dreamed of.
Hey everyone, welcome to today's episode about business automation. I'm recording this from India early in the morning, so if my voice sounds a little bit weird, it's because I'm trying to record this episode before India wakes up. I'm not sure if you know, India is really, really loud. So I found a quiet corner when everyone is sleeping and recording this episode. And I think this also comes in at the right time because I've taken a 2 months off, which is a work plus holiday. And this is the first time after starting my business, or literally in my lifetime, taking 2 months off from work and travel and live the life that I truly wanted. So I'm not somebody who wants to work on a laptop from the beach and make millions of dollars. Not that type of an Instagram girl. I need discipline. I need my office. I need my 3 screens. That's just me. But the lifestyle that I wanted is to be able to travel, be with my parents, and still not have the fear of cash flow. And that's the kind of the financial freedom that I want, which I can proudly say I've achieved right now, because even after making all these plans for 2 months, it has not affected my business, my clients, my cash flow, because I've got systems in place, I've got teams in place to do work even when I'm traveling, even when I'm doing a lot of other things that are not business related. So this episode has come in at the right time, and I really, really hope if that's kind of where you're looking at, stepping away from your business or working on your business and still have your lead pipeline, your sales pipeline, your cash flow, everything being unaffected, then this episode is simply for you. So business automation is a very, very cliche term that's been thrown around a lot. I just want to simplify the word business automation, which basically helps you to save time, increase efficiency, and scale your business because your business will start running without you. Imagine if your business is completely dependent on you, like every step of your business needs you, then there's no way you can afford to be sick, which is a terrible position to be in, to be honest. Or if your family needs you, if someone is sick in your family, then you can't take time off and be a carer. That's a very, very bad position to be in. So really, today's episode is going to audit your existing systems, and also it's going to be power packed with practical advice and quick actionable steps that will get you started today. Like literally after the episode, you can start implementing certain stuff. So I want to start off with the basics. Why is automation important? So we live in a very, very fast-paced digital world, and the world is changing so fast. And the only thing that values the most is time. Time is the most expensive commodity. Like even the richest man in the world, the only thing he cannot buy with the money he has is time. Once it's passed, you lose a minute, it's gone. And in one of the previous episodes, I did mention about non-refundable minutes. I listened to this concept on another episode about non-refundable minutes. That's the only thing that's non-refundable in this entire world. So you can spend money, you can lose money, you can earn money. So that's a very, very different thought process for people to actually understand that time is the most expensive commodity. It's not money. So I think I was lucky enough to understand this at a very, very early on stage in my business. Even when I didn't have clients, I had a team member helping me. I hired a guy like in 2019 when my business was nothing. It was just getting started, but I was working full time. I had a big fat paycheck. So I could hire someone because I understood there was a dollar value for every hour of my time, and it's not worth in me sitting and fiddling with different things. Rather, I would hire someone to do that particular work. So literally having systems in place in your business that can handle very, very mundane, repetitive tasks, it can really free up your time so you can actually focus on growing your business, scaling your business, becoming innovative with your services and products. So that's the simplest way that I can explain about automation. If you're doing something again and again and again, for example, if a new client comes in, you have an automation in place, then I would say automate the whole onboarding process. So in that case, you don't have to go back and do the same thing again and again. So if you're sending out emails about a certain thing, for example, the first email, if someone is paying for the course, you have a welcome email. Just template it, give it to your team, or you can use the same template that you can send it out. So anything that should be templated basically can be automated with the help of workflows. Now, recently, I did mention in one of my previous episodes about me migrating to Go High Level, and it's been such a big game changer in my business and my clients who have moved with me. So I'm going to dive deep into that in a separate episode about Go High Level itself. But now this episode is all about automation. How do you identify stuff that requires automation, and how do you do it itself? So the very first step to automate your business is to identify repetitive tasks. So you need to identify the tasks that consume your time repeatedly. This can be anything from sending invoices, replying to emails, scheduling appointments, sending appointment reminders, email newsletters, social media marketing posts, anything. I want you to take a moment to list everything down that you are doing repeatedly that can be automated and that can be templated. So step 2 is actually choosing the right tools. Once you have all the list of tasks, you don't have to spend a lot of money. I would always say don't focus on the lack of resources. Try to be resourceful with whatever you have.
Hey listeners, before we jump back into today's episode, I want to tell you about an incredible opportunity that's perfect for those of you who are always asking these questions yourself. How can I earn more money? How do I get more customers without spending on ads and fancy funnels? How can I generate recurring income without selling all the time? How do I create wealth without trading time for money? How can I transition from being a one-person show to mastering delegation? If this sounds like you, then you're going to love our sponsors for this episode, the Pivot Mastermind, a life-changing 6-month intensive experience designed to help you launch and scale your digital empire. But that's not all. One of the standout features of this mastermind is that each attendee gets a dedicated virtual assistant to handle the admin and social media marketing tasks. That means you can focus on what truly matters, growing your business and enjoying the freedom that comes with it. Don't wait any longer. Click on the link in the show notes to apply today and take the first step towards transforming your business and your life with the Pivot Mastermind. Now let's get back to today's episode.
So people always think, oh, I don't have that subscription. I don't have that AI tools. Now, AI is such a thrown around word right now. So a lot of people think they need to have fancy AI stuff. You can just start automating with Google Sheets, Google Docs. I love the Google tools that offers the flexibility to automate at a very, very affordable or inexpensive price. So just a few examples. For example, email marketing, you can use MailChimp, MailerLite. So MailChimp does not offer automations for free plans, but MailerLite does offer. I had my email marketing on MailerLite. Now I've moved everything to Go High Level. So you've got such robust automation features that will allow you to segment your audience, create automated workflows, track engagements. It's come to that level. If I get a business card from somebody, all I have to do is go into the Lead Connector app, which is the Go High Levels app itself, and I can scan the business card. It automatically extracts their name, phone number, email. I can add a specific tag, whether they are BNI Australia, BNI India, BX, Chamber of Commerce, or just leads, potential collaboration. So I can add different tags. And based on every tag that's been added, that can be used as a trigger. For example, if a new tag called BNI Coimbatore or BNI Australia is added, then send this email. So I can literally automate that particular aspect. And also in terms of social media scheduling, you can use platforms like Buffer. I used to use Buffer because Buffer offers automation even for LinkedIn. Most of the automation tools work well for Instagram and Facebook, but for LinkedIn, there was not much. I used Buffer. Even Canva has like posting and scheduling options on the Pro plan. So I don't use it, but that is also another option. But in Go High Level, there's all these social media planner where my team designs it, they sends it to me for approval, and I can literally view and approve it or reject it or schedule it. So there's lots of automation. This saves so much time back and forth emailing on a Google Doc. So it basically does the work and simplifies my job. And a lot of people love project management. I don't think my brain is designed for project management. I have a best friend who is into project management, and he has tried to set me up on so many different tools. I just don't get it. I feel it's too complicated for my brain. I love working with Google Sheets, and that's just my brain. But ClickUp, Asana, Monday, excellent for project management, and a lot of people use it. And Go High Level also integrates with these tools. So if you're already using these project management tools, you can have that particular option and not disturb the workflow that you've already done. So a big tip right now is start with any of the free tools or the low-cost tools to understand what's best for you. Don't go to a fancy funnel and a fancy subscription without knowing it. I know a lot of people signed up for ClickFunnels 2.0 when actually the business did not even need it. HubSpot, so Kartra, Kajabi. People go for such expensive platforms because they just think they need it, but actually they don't. And people don't realize it. And the next step, after you've identified the repetitive task, choosing the right tools, you actually set up basic automations. Now you've got all the tools. All you have to do is set up basic automations, like setting up a welcome email, setting up a follow-up sequence, and also kind of lead nurturing. So I want you to think about this step as multiple touch points. So today, people need 21 touch points before they can actually buy from you. So it doesn't mean you have to speak to them 21 times. You just have multiple touch points. If they see you on LinkedIn, one post, that's one touch point. And then they see you on a different platform, that's another touch point. And then you send an email, that's another touch point, right? They listen to your podcast. They listen to your podcast episode on Instagram. So you just have to make sure you're doing multiple things so people have different touch points, because a lot of people, I mean, there are different styles of learners, right? So they get triggered or they tend to have that belief system depending on some kind of content. Some people love reading blog posts. Some people love listening to audio podcasts. Some people love videos. So you don't have to do it all and be it all, but just make sure you've got these multiple touch points. So you can decide how you want to structure these automations. For example, in my new website that I've built on Go High Level, highly recommend going and checking it out. I've got a quiz that helps you identify the bottlenecks in your business. What's your marketing gaps? What's your sales funnel gaps? What's your digital product gap? And then I give a custom result or a report that audits your current marketing and sales strategies. And depending on the gap, there's also a suggestion on how you can work with me. What are the resources that are available for you? So, and then once someone completes the quiz, I've got a list of email triggers that follows that. If someone drops off after step 1 or 2 of the quiz, I've got an email sequence that gets triggered. If someone downloads my freebies, then there's an email sequence that gets triggered, because you have no idea when someone hops onto your website, there is no clear direction what you want to do with them. This is where people leave tens of thousands of dollars on the table because they don't have strategies to nurture and convert those leads that land on their website. So if you're having struggle mapping it out, I've got a free demo or strategy session on my website. Please feel free to book a call and I'll walk you through, depending on your offers, depending on your website, what offers you can have in place to get these multiple touch points and what kind of automations you can set. Okay. And then the fourth step is basically implementing social media automation, because this is very, very important, right? So you need to have at least one thing that you love doing consistently. For me, stories sell. Okay. I am very active on Instagram stories. That's repurposed on Facebook as well. So the more I share about my life, the more I share about everything that I do every day for myself, my business, and my clients, people tend to build that trust with me. They know what I'm doing. I share a lot of personal perspectives about things. So they form that relationship and I get inbound leads because I don't do outbound cold reach in my marketing. So it can be a very time consuming process, but once you get used to it, for me now, it becomes a second nature. But I've got a team, I've got systems in place that actually allows me to automate it, like scheduling a content calendar, planning a content calendar, recording contents. Like this podcast episode, I'm just going to record it, send it to my team, the audio file, and all she'll do is she'll edit it, she'll put it in an AI tool, transcribe it, convert it into different forms of content. And there's another tool that'll actually convert it into videos, short form videos and stuff. So everything is done by all these different tools, but we've got a clear workflow mapped out. We've got workflows and automations mapped out. So we know exactly what to do next. Even if that VA quits, then we've got a procedure in place. Basically, someone else can actually take it, pick it, and run along. So really, social media automation will help you to be consistent with your marketing. And also it saves a lot of time. Okay. And the next one, you can basically automate is client onboarding. If you're in business, obviously you need clients. Otherwise, it's just an expensive hobby. I've mentioned multiple times. In terms of client onboarding, it's really, really important that you have a very smooth onboarding process that sets the tone for a very positive client experience. User experience is really, really important. Like, I really want to be like Apple. Apple is the company I have seen having the best user experience. And I always say to my VAs, and I always have in my head that I want my user experience to be like Apple. So previously, I didn't have systems in place. I didn't have a fancy website that people were actually complimenting me on. I really want you to go check it out. Send me a DM or send me a message on what are your thoughts. I really love my current website. And it's got so much, like my 5 years of learnings in that one website, that I've actually jam-packed it. So really, really client onboarding is something that I really focus on. Like, what is the welcome email that clients have to get? There's a script, the template that I give to my team, and that entire workflow is automated. Client portal, when someone pays, they get access to the dashboard. So what are the different elements of the dashboard? What are the reminders that need to be automated for calendar bookings and stuff like that? So really, that's the most of the time that goes in my automation. Okay. So having set that up now, I can be anywhere in the world and my business can still run without me. My clients can get all the support they need without me actually sitting and hand holding them. So it's been such a game changer. And the very last step is monitoring and optimize it. You just can't set it and forget it, right? So you have to regularly monitor the performance of your automations and tweak when required. So that's why having a tool like Go High Level is really helpful to basically understand the requirements, understand where people are dropping off. Why do I have triggers set up for each step of my quiz? I want to identify where people are dropping off, which is the step that acts like a bottleneck. If a lot of people are dropping off after step 2, I need to figure out why. Why is step 3 repelling people? So I'm still collecting information. Once I have more data to analyze, that's when I'll go and make the changes. But really, you have to track your metrics and really identify key areas for improvement. So I've set up a time every week to sit down and review my automation, look for patterns, identify bottlenecks, and make necessary changes to improve efficiency and effectiveness. Okay, so pretty much business automation is all about smart work, which I'm big on. I don't like working hard. So I want you to basically quickly summarizing this episode. You identify repetitive tasks, you choose the right tools, you set up basic automations, you monitor, optimize, and you save heaps of time, reduce human errors, and you can scale your business much more effectively. I truly hope you found this episode helpful and you're excited to start implementing this straight away. If you do have any questions, feel free to write to me at team@pivottothrive.com.au. I'll leave the email and link to my Goha level affiliate account in the show notes below. So if you do sign up using my affiliate, then definitely my team will help you set it all up and support you with every question that you have. Please remember, the key to successful automation is just to start small, be consistent, and always be curious to find ways to improve, because you're not going to be there any day, think, oh, I've done it all, I don't need any further improvements. So you have to keep pivoting, you have to keep changing with your business requirements, and every new level is a new devil, but we always have some solution to challenge those new devils. So I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for joining me today.
I truly hope you enjoyed listening to this episode as much as I enjoyed creating it just for you. Please follow Pivot to Thrive podcast on the platform you're listening to right now. It would mean the world to me if you could leave a review, and I'm so excited to see you on the next episode. Sending you loads of love, positive and healing vibes your way. Stay blessed.